Hi, Dad.
From skinwalkers appearing the middle of the night, and even live kidnappings happening on footage, these are some of the most disturbing security camera footage. On November 12th, 2019, something strange was captured on an Amazon Ring doorbell camera in Leimert Park, Los Angeles. The neighborhood hadn't seen or heard anything like that until that fateful evening at about 11 p.m. And the screaming continues for a full 30 seconds as the car drives out of sight. But the screaming wasn't even the most terrifying thing. The woman wasn't just making blood-curdling screams for help. The residents say a man's voice was also heard yelling, "I'm sorry." As shocking as the unfolding scene was, it didn't stop there, because at roughly the same time, police had responded to reports of a kidnapping in the 3800 block of 3rd Avenue. Was it a weird coincidence that the report came at about the same time the woman's loud, piercing screams were heard? Was she actually kidnapped and was struggling to be let off the white Toyota Matrix? It's really a random and rare incident because after digging into the history of LA, it was discovered neighborhoods including Leimert Park, Hyde Park, Crenshaw, and South LA are rated F in kidnapping frequency on crime. At first, LAPD officers did not find any evidence of a crime. However, eyewitnesses say the vehicle was last seen near Grayburn Avenue and Obama Boulevard and appeared to have its front passenger window covered in plastic after it was punched out. After receiving more than 30 tips since the LAPD first released that video, they have opened a case of possible kidnapping on it. On September 23rd, 2023, a Reddit user had just gotten a motion alert on his doorbell alarm. It had captured something very, very strange and spooky, and a closer look at the footage reveals this eerie-looking figure. That looks like a figure from a horror movie, trying to bite and pick on something on the floor close to the doorbell. It doesn't look human at all. One comment says it's a skinny white boy, early 20s, wearing a lighter colored hoodie, possibly tan, looking for packages in the porch, clocks the camera, pieces out. Another one says it looks like a stick with a ball on the end with a sheet, possibly toilet paper, thrown over it, possibly a broom. Now the question is, if the figure was really a stick, how was it able to peer around the side of the house and even walk off past the nearest car? Can a lifeless stick do that? Definitely not. But it sure looks like a shadow rather than a person. Or maybe the dogman. Legend says the dogman is a tall, muscular cryptid with the body of a man and the head of a German shepherd or wolf. These creatures have been reported in Michigan, especially the northwest area around Wexford County. What makes this creature terrifyingly close to the figure in that doorbell footage is that the dogman is said to walk on 2 legs, let out a terrifying howl, and sometimes chase cars. All of these are features this strange creature seems to possess. You would think you've heard every ghostly and creepy voice in movies until you stumble on this clip. Here's a rare scenario where someone thought she heard something strange from her doorbell voice. Turns out she wasn't wrong. Here's what the poster said. My neighbor left her key under my mat because I have a camera and can keep watch on it. When she came to get her key, it took a short video of her, and you can hear a weird groaning noise, followed by what sounds like a strange, raspy voice saying something. At first, we could not make out what the faint voice was saying until we ran it on a CVSA, and here's how it turned out. People say they heard, "Let me out." Listen to the rough edges of the sound completely. What do you think could make such a sound? Because doorbells don't speak, and it doesn't sound like it came from any human either. A YouTuber posted this creepy footage of what he found on his front porch on the 25th of April, 2020 at exactly 2:58 a.m. After dropping what looked like a takeout wrap on the lobby, the male with a mask on winded to the side of the house. He was later seen pushing the doorbell aggressively and disappearing to the darkness just as the door was about to be opened. A few seconds later, heart-wrenching screams were heard from inside. Whoever that came from was in serious mortal danger. That didn't make sense at first, but a closer look at the comments section of the clip reveals something quite unexpected. What many are trying to understand is why anyone would make a prank as expensive as that. Now, here's a scene that might make you vow never to own a Ring doorbell. Something weird is always bound to be caught on film, and some people would rather not know. On the 3rd of February, 2023, a TikToker posted this video of a lady in her 60s pouncing on her door.
Hi, Dad.
Hello? It's 1:15 in the morning.
She looked like she was sleepwalking and lost somehow, but that wasn't even the scary part. The lady also seemed possibly demented, the reason why she came calling for her dad, who'd probably been dead decades ago.
Hi, Dad.
She sounds like she's trying to reconnect with a long-lost someone. The only oddity is the time she chose for that, 1 a.m. Could she be one of those people looking for a way to kidnap and hurt others? They'll pull up an elaborate trick to get you to go outside. Because unfortunately, that's how bad it is now. No wonder the resident quickly called the cops to the scene shortly after.
That's terrifying.
On 23rd October, 2023, a TikToker named Allfogly John posted this creepy footage of a creature he caught with his Ring doorbell camera. Viewers' discretion advised. This is one of the most creepiest thing you will find on this segment. What could that creature be? For sure, it looks like a cryptid with glowing red eyes. If you notice how fast the creature seems to be moving, it's like its motion flickers with the light. And though the answer is as elusive, the ending of the video makes it even more disturbing. The creature head appears to be convulsing, like it is having a seizure. I don't even know what to say about this. It is just bizarre. What do you think this was? On December 27th, 2022, a doorbell recorder captured this hysterical ghostly figure zigzagging her way to a random building. What it did next will send shivers down your spine. The figure in question appears to be a woman, half dead, who clawed her way from a cemetery close by and is looking to gain back some human connection, but showing up at someone's frontage at 3 a.m.? Another scary figure was caught on a Ring doorbell trying to sneak through the metal door frame. A closer look at it and it looks like a killer clown from outer space. Look closely and see what it does next. The frightening thing is, South Carolina was one of the most active hotspots where you sight these crazy clowns even when it's not Halloween. For example, in Greenville and Spartanburg counties, clowns tried to lure children into the woods. Even Winston-Salem saw reports in September 2016 of a clown enticing kids with treats. A fair conclusion, this could be one of those strays in search of hapless kids to lure with sweets. Or worse, he could be a killer clown, just a step closer in horror to this next one. 8 years ago, an incident took place in Topeka, Kansas, that nearly summoned up the spirit of another purge night. A man was sighted in a clown's costume, coming out from what seemed like a subway alley of a resident. Immediately, he came into full view. This happened after ringing that bell. He didn't want the occupants to discover him because he was about to take them by surprise with the machete, until he heard footsteps coming from the lobby and made a dash from the door. I do not know whether this was some twisted criminal set on killing someone that night, or whether this was some bizarre idea of prank by this guy. Whatever the case, I wouldn't want to see this on my camera at night. The incident you're about to see took place in Plymouth, when a middle-aged male predator went peeping into the hostel space of females who were possibly bathing at the time. You should know how serious this is and take measures to protect yourself, because nobody is scaring you just for the sake of scaring you. This predator never would have left if the female inside never noticed and raised the alarm. Here's another reason to always keep your doors shut and locked, especially the front door.
How can I help you?
My name is James.
What are you looking for?
Sosa.
James apparently didn't know that was the wrong address. Or maybe this was all just a ploy, but he was going to learn the hard way.
And who are you looking for?
No, a friend of mine.
No friend of yours lives here, buddy. If you don't get the fuck off my porch, I'm gonna unload it on your face. Get the fuck off my porch.
According to the owner, even after being told to get off and being threatened with a gun, James still didn't linger too far. He was seen again the next day around the pool area, before the residents called the cops. Turns out, he had a nationwide warrant. And the black plastic Sam he's with, who knows what he had in mind for the owner of the house, had he ever opened the door. It's so scary just imagining what could have happened. Sometime around May 2023, at about 5 a.m., 3 masked and hooded men were seen trying to break into a house. Being on a Sunday, these assailants were fully aware the occupants must be in. first glance, they look like they're people with a death wish. Robbers who invade when people are home are super unsuccessful and often die. But on second thought, they seem to know exactly what they're doing.
Hello? Hello?
5 a.m. on a Sunday says that they are expecting people to be home. They are dangerous. And before knocking on that door, the first guy had his firearm aimed. Any person coming from the other end towards the door would have immediately regretted it. Things could have gotten a lot worse for this family in Flapper Fold Lane in Atherton, Wigan. Their young daughter was just playing around when she noticed something gigantic from the sky, falling fast towards her direction.
Oh, shit!
Moments later, the incident was reported in the Greater Manchester Evening News that the house was split in two. Around 10:30 a.m. that Saturday morning, Greater Manchester Fire and Rescue reported a lorry carrying the crane had overturned in the road and crashed down onto the front porch.
Oh, shit!
Looking at the clip again, it's heart-wrenching to imagine what could have happened if the girl never took off right at the nick of time. May 2024, that was the month something that's never seen before in the neighborhood took place. In a broad daylight,
Give me everything. Give me the keys and everything. Give me the keys. Give me your money, everything. Keys, everything. Everything. Money, keys, purse. What up, cuz?
even at his age, that boy most certainly is a bigger man than those two sorry excuses. But the truth is, as deplorable as this behavior was, and still will be, it was slightly nice seeing how the robber hesitated to point the gun at her and the kid. This incident took place on the 16th of July, 2023, where a man stole the doorbell camera from his neighbor, and after a while, he thought it wise to make amends.
What do you want?
Peace.
Too late for that. When you stole from me, you started your own war. Too late for that.
After not accepting the apology, the man smeared a stinky substance on the doorbell camera.
So if it's blue, it doesn't ring? I guess that means you're hearing this?
The doorbell footage shows him asking the man he stole from to come eat free food. The audacity of it. But what the man inside was trying to prevent, and rightfully so, was exposing himself to getting robbed the second time.
It was too late for peace?
You had a chance at peace. You had that night, you could have made peace by bringing my shit back you stole.
So we are at war, Quinn and you? Good night, sir.
Not too long ago, this very disturbing clip surfaced online of a woman who had just stepped onto her front lawn when an unsuspecting assailant snuck up on her.
Please help me! Please help me!
You could hear the heart-piercing screams as the woman was snooped into the woods by an unknown man. She barely saw her face. Honestly, it's the reason why many in Oregon don't leave the house without some sort of weapon. But one user made an interesting observation in their comment. Why were the people in the second video just standing around and watching it happen? And there's more. As much as they wished it was a prank, they were actually disappointed to find out how wrong they were, because the kidnapped lady was later found safe, and the assailant is now cooling off in solitary confinement. So, here's one horrifying image that might just give you nightmares if you look too much. You should probably shut off here and leave. But if you still want to go ahead, then be ready for the chills. At first, the person thought it was a hairless cat, but even cats don't look this scalpy when hairless. For instance, here's one. Okay, terrifyingly close, you might say, but that's just about it. This figure is not a sphinx, neither is it a hairless squirrel, or one of those grasshopper things from MIB like someone pointed out. And, judging by how otherworldly it looks, and this user's comment, he might just have a point about these aliens. But so far as the footage is, I'm not too convinced. This strangely illuminating pole was seen by the doorbell ring flying around the compound at night. It looks like a strand of web moving in the breeze being lit by the camera. But come to think of it, isn't that awfully long for a spider web? Maybe an alien finally found that house number. If you saw a headless thing walking strangely towards your frontage from inside, what would you do? So in this video, shared on March 12th, 2020, to Reddit from YouTube, if you look closely, a person is walking by the car on the right when the motion sensor activated, and the camera was capturing the video. When the person is walking up by the mailbox, they disappear. Watch closely. What could this mean? This senior citizen was just relaxing in his garden grilling when all of a sudden, things went down in the opposite direction. He got lucky it didn't land on the roof or on his head and knocked him out before getting himself burned. At least getting a house in that neighborhood burned, there could still be some room for insurance. But the man himself burning may not help anymore. Just like not hitting subscribe right now may not help you see more exciting videos like this.
A doorbell ringing during the day? No big deal. But at 4 in the morning? That's when your gut starts screaming that something is seriously off. Just like what this Ring camera captured. One morning, a homeowner woke up to a notification from his Ring camera, and what he saw was truly chilling. The video revealed a random woman approaching his door at 4 in the morning, behaving in the strangest way. She was peering through the glass door with a bizarre, twitchy expression, her head swiveling unnervingly. Then, she locked eyes with the camera, as if she was staring right into the viewer's soul. It's like something straight out of a horror movie. Was this woman just incredibly drunk and disoriented, mistaking this house for her own? Or was she putting on a disturbing act for reasons we can only speculate about? Either way, this eerie encounter definitely leaves you with more questions than answers. Some people fear clowns not just because of their eerie makeup or exaggerated features, but thanks to unsettling characters, like Pennywise from movies like it. This video only reinforces that fear.
He's like freaking hunched over, dude. Do you not? Holy shit! Oh my god! What? Oh my god!
In this unsettling video, a couple is live streaming from their home when they encounter something truly eerie. The focus of their anxiety is a disturbingly lifelike Pennywise doll they recently bought from a store. To test if it moves on its own, the husband uses chalk to mark its position on the floor. After they step back, a loud noise suddenly erupts.
That was freaking loud.
And when they check the doll, it's now hunched over in a way that sends shivers down their spines. The horror escalates as the doll continues to hunch closer and closer to them, its upper half eventually breaking and collapsing.
Do you not? Holy shit! Oh my god!
The couple's screams and the doll's sinister movements make for a spine-tingling video that's sure to haunt your dreams. The video abruptly ends there, but it's more than enough to send shivers down your spine. Personally, I'm not going anywhere near a clown after seeing that. That's for sure. Ever since we started capturing video evidence of strange phenomena in our atmosphere, it seems aliens have found new ways to keep us guessing. Check out this intriguing clip.
Moving weird. I've never seen no shit like that.
That's one bizarre cloud if I've ever seen one. This video was shot by an apartment owner who noticed an unusually odd cloud drifting across the sky. At first glance, it looked like any other cloud, but then it started morphing and moving at an unusually fast pace. Unlike the surrounding clouds, this one was constantly changing shape and seemed to have a lower density. The cloud's erratic movement and rapid changes have led some to speculate that it might be an unknown flying object disguising itself as a cloud. While that's certainly a possibility, I wouldn't rule out a natural phenomenon just yet. If you have any theories or know more about this kind of thing, drop your thoughts in the comments. Archaeology is all fun and games until you stumble upon something that feels like it should have stayed buried. Just like what these guys found in an ancient forgotten chamber. This clip showcases a slideshow of a fascinating find made by a team of archaeologists. The video starts showing a mysterious dust-covered artifact partially unearthed in what looks like a long-lost chamber. The object appears weathered, with a pyramid-like base adorned with faint, intricate designs that hint at ancient knowledge or possibly forbidden symbols. As the video progresses, we get a clear view of the artifact, a slab featuring the all-seeing eye, supported by a serpent-like base. There's an almost otherworldly aura surrounding it, as if this artifact was part of some ancient ritual or had a purpose long forgotten by history. Whatever secrets it holds, they might be better left undisturbed in the shadows. For some, cemeteries are serene places where they can connect with their loved ones who have passed away. For others, they're shrouded in mystery and the unknown, as this eerie security camera footage demonstrates. Captured by a graveyard security camera, this video offers a chilling glimpse into the supernatural. The footage shows a quiet cemetery at night, but what's truly unsettling is the appearance of three white figures hovering above a grave. These spectral shapes move swiftly and eerily, resembling humanoid forms draped in white cloth. They hover above one specific grave and the surrounding area, intensifying the scene's creepiness. While there's a possibility this could be a camera malfunction or light reflections playing tricks on the lens, the cemetery setting adds a layer of spine-chilling fear to the footage, whether you see it as a ghostly apparition or just an optical illusion. It's enough to make anyone's skin crawl. Getting dementia in old age
is like inching 10 steps closer to meeting your creator. Imagine slowly forgetting everything, even who you are, but sometimes this forgetting can work in strange, almost miraculous ways, as it did for this elderly woman. This clip, originally uploaded on TikTok by a homeowner, captures a moment that's as eerie as it is astonishing. It shows an elderly woman, supposedly the homeowner's grandmother, wandering around the house at midnight. Now, here's the part that'll make your skin crawl. This woman was paralyzed and had dementia. Yes, you heard that right. She hadn't walked in years, and yet, in this video, she's strolling around as if nothing was ever wrong. No signs of paralysis, no struggles, just a normal walk like any other night. The scene is downright chilling when you think about it. How could someone who's been unable to walk for years suddenly move around like nothing ever happened? It's almost like her dementia made her forget she was paralyzed and her body just followed suit. Or maybe I'm losing it, but this is one of those moments that makes you question everything you thought you knew. What do you think? Is this a bizarre miracle? Or is there something even stranger going on? For some, nighttime is a refuge of peace and calm. But for others, like me, it stirs a sense of unease, a creeping fear of what might be lurking in the shadowy depths beyond our windows. This video might just give you a glimpse of that unsettling reality. What on earth, or perhaps not of this earth, was that? This spine-chilling footage was captured by a home security camera in July 2024, and it's been sending shivers down the spines of viewers ever since. The clip starts innocently enough. It's nighttime. A car is parked quietly in a driveway. Nothing out of the ordinary. But then, you notice something, a figure slowly approaching the car from behind. From the moment it appears, you can tell something's off. At first glance, it might seem humanoid, but as it draws closer, the details become even more disturbing. A hunched posture, unnaturally long arms, and a head shape that defies explanation. The camera quality isn't the best, but from what we can see, this thing is like nothing we've ever encountered before. All I know is, after watching this, you couldn't pay me $1 million to step outside after dark. Ever seen those massive, writhing tentacles from the Stranger Things Netflix series? If you've been sleeping soundly thinking it was all just fiction, this video might jolt you awake. This footage hails from Bondi Beach, Australia, where beachgoers were greeted with a sight straight out of a nightmare. A massive tentacled monstrosity washed up on the shore. In the video, you can see classified individuals in hazmat suits meticulously examining this monstrous entity. When it comes to size, an aerial drone shot reveals the full scale of this beast. It's as big as a truck, a truly terrifying spectacle. You can also see curious onlookers gathered around, witnessing this horrifying scene with a mix of fear and fascination. Now, you might be wondering, why wasn't this all over the news if something so enormous and terrifying ended up on a public beach? Well, here's the twist. It was all a hoax, a brilliantly executed art installation by a local artist group. This gigantic creature was actually a stunningly detailed replica of the Stranger Things portal monster. While it wasn't real and certainly wasn't alive, you've got to hand it to the artists. They did an incredible job bringing this fictional horror to life. When you're alone, that unsettling feeling of being watched sneaks up on you. Most of us shake it off, blaming it on our overactive imagination. But what if it's not just your mind playing tricks? What if there's something real.
No, es increíble, le veo la cara de un nene, pero me está mirando desde hace rato. Estuve en shock.
This video, posted on TikTok, was recorded by a boy who was home alone. It starts off with him nervously panning his camera toward a glass window, saying he can make out the faint outline of a baby's face staring at him. Now, I'll admit, it's hard to see exactly what he's talking about, but there's something there. If you squint, you can make out a shape. The eerie part comes when he steps away, walking through his house to investigate. He checks the bathroom and outside of the window, hoping to find a logical explanation. Maybe a trick of the light, maybe something placed near the window. But no, there's nothing. Just empty darkness. As if that wasn't creepy enough, while he's searching outside, the window in his bathroom suddenly lights up by itself, revealing what seems to be that same baby-shaped outline. It's just staring back at him. At this point, the boy's fear is palpable. With slow, cautious steps, he heads back inside toward the bathroom. You can feel the tension building as he pushes open the door, expecting the worst. But again, nothing, no baby, no figure. Just cold, empty silence. This has to be one of the strangest things I've seen. The idea that something could be watching you, yet never revealing itself fully. That's a different level of terrifying. Being a janitor is already a tough gig. Long hours, hard work, and not much recognition. But working as a janitor in a school, haunted by a balloon ghost, now that's a whole different level of strange.
What I decide to do, it just follows me. And I got you on camera now, so let's just, see? That right there.
This video was captured by a janitor working late at night in a school, and what he experienced is seriously unsettling. As he starts filming, the janitor explains that previous workers had encountered some bizarre paranormal activity during their night shifts, so he decided to record for his own safety, just in case.
Previous janitors that have worked here have tried to tell everyone that, every night something happens, some spooky shit, I don't know, paranormal or whatever you want to call it, but...
The footage shows him entering a classroom that looks like it had hosted a party, balloons and confetti scattered all over the place. But he's not focusing on the usual cleanup. His camera view zooms in on one particular red balloon floating alone in the corner. At first, it doesn't seem like much. But then, as he moves around, the balloon starts following him. And I mean following.
I got you on camera now, so let's just, see? That right there.
Like it's floating behind him as if it's being pulled by an invisible string. To prove it wasn't just coincidence, the janitor walks out of the classroom. And sure enough, the balloon drifts out right after him. It's creepy enough on its own, but things get even weirder when he's in the hallway. While recording the balloon's strange behavior, something suddenly zips by in the distance, down a corridor. Just a blur of movement. Whatever it was, it spooked him bad. I mean, this school is clearly haunted, my guy. If I were him, I'd be putting in my resignation first thing in the morning. No way am I cleaning up after haunted balloons. Nature is full of strange surprises, and our oceans, with their vast unexplored depths, are the ultimate mystery box. Recently, a video from Gold Coast Beach gives us a rare peek into the bizarre world beneath the waves. What you're seeing isn't a prop from a science fiction movie, but a real-life creature found washed up on Gold Coast Beach. The video, captured by a beachgoer, shows a bizarre tentacled being with a glossy blue body and otherworldly appendages sprouting from its arms and tail. Its back features a spine-like structure and an oddly shaped head we've never seen before.
After a bit of research, I discovered this creature is known as a glaucus. These fascinating animals float on their backs, displaying a vividly patterned blue underbelly that blends with the sky to camouflage from predator seabirds. Meanwhile, their silvery gray underside merges with the bright surface of the sea, hiding them from hungry fish below. This creature's appearance is so unique, it makes me want to add one to my aquarium. The debate over alien existence has been raging for ages, believers, skeptics, and everyone in between constantly clashing over what's real and what's just wishful thinking. But this next video, well, it might finally give the believers some undeniable fuel for the fire. This footage, captured from a helicopter flying over a vast field, shows something truly mesmerizing, a strange, intricate carving etched perfectly into the crops below. The design is massive, with sharp, symmetrical edges and precise corners that make it look almost like a piece of cosmic art. From above, it's undeniably beautiful, but here's the thing. The field owner claims they had absolutely nothing to do with it. To create something this precise, especially on such a grand scale, you'd need an aerial view, pinpoint measurements, and some serious equipment. Tools and techniques far beyond what most people have at their disposal. So naturally, the theory circulating is that this is the handiwork of something, not from this world. Many believe aliens used their advanced technology to carve this symbol into the earth, possibly as a signal to their fellow extraterrestrials. If that's the case, I can't help but feel for the poor farmer. Imagine having your crops turned into an intergalactic message board. Ever wondered what those terrifying sleep paralysis moments or haunting nightmares would look like in real life? This next video feels like a glimpse straight into that horror. And trust me, it's bone-chilling.
Maria?
This footage, uploaded online, claims to capture a homeowner's late-night brush with something paranormal. The homeowner, who is also the camera person, hears strange noises coming from their daughter's room in the middle of the night. With a shaky hand and heart pounding, they head toward the room, only to find something truly terrifying. A kid figure standing on the bed, draped in a blanket, crying. But here's the nightmare fuel. The daughter is right there, asleep in the same bed, while this eerie figure looms above her. In the video, you can feel the tension as the homeowner inches closer, completely petrified. Then, in one swift and desperate move, they yank the blanket away, only to reveal nothing, absolutely no one there. Shaken, they wake up their daughter, and the clip ends abruptly, leaving viewers with so many questions. For me, the crying sound makes the whole scene 10 times creepier, like it's crawling under your skin. But honestly, can you imagine if they had pulled the blanket back and seen something so horrifying they'd never sleep again? Now that's nightmarish. 2009, a farmer in southern Brazil was driving his tractor through his field when things took a bizarre turn. The tractor suddenly sank and lurched violently, coming to an abrupt halt. When the farmer got out to investigate, he uncovered something truly shocking. What the farmer discovered was a massive tunnel, nearly 2 meters high and almost 2 meters wide, stretching about 15 meters long, running across his field and, incredibly, right underneath his own house. But the most unsettling part, the walls of the tunnel were marked with deep, menacing claw marks, suggesting that whatever had created it was anything but human. These tunnels were once thought to hide religious treasures deep within their chambers. But as it turns out, the real treasure lies in understanding who, or what, crafted them. Driven by curiosity and concern, the farmer contacted a geologist. After careful examination, the expert concluded that this tunnel wasn't the work of human hands. Instead, it was a relic from the past, likely created by a giant ground sloth that roamed the earth over 10,000 years ago. This discovery not only revealed a hidden piece of ancient history beneath the farmer's land, but also sparked a wave of curiosity and awe, as the remnants of these prehistoric creatures still leave their mark on the world today. I used to love hiking. There's something so refreshing about connecting with nature. But after watching this video, I'm more than happy to stay locked in my bedroom. What in the world is that? This eerie footage comes from a couple who, while hiking, heard strange noises from the woods and then made a spine-chilling discovery. The video shows some bushes and trees in the distance, but the real focus is what's hiding within them. Take a close look and you'll spot a hairy creature lurking in the shadows, stalking the couple with an unnerving stillness. It's tall, covered in thick black fur, and bears an uncanny resemblance to the Bigfoot pictures we see online. The way it just stands there, watching them with what seems like malevolent intent, is enough to make anyone's skin crawl. Being followed by something you can't even identify is seriously unsettling. After seeing this, I'm definitely sticking to the safe confines of my home for the foreseeable future. Want to get up close and personal with nature? If you're into that sort of thing, these underground water aquarium tunnels might be just your ticket, though I'm not so sure about it. These clips offer a heart-pounding glimpse of what it's like to be inches away from mighty crocodiles underwater. In the video, a lady sits in an underwater aquarium, coming face to face with a crocodile that looks like it's ready to pounce, though the thick wall is there to protect her. It's an awe-inspiring yet terrifying experience, seeing the predator's jaws and sharp teeth so close. The video showcases an underwater tunnel where visitors can observe a massive crocodile up close. These structures are typically found in large aquariums, wildlife parks, or zoos, designed with thick acrylic to give visitors a thrilling sense of being submerged with these creatures, all while keeping them safe. But honestly, no amount of money could persuade me to take that plunge. Tired of waiting for the sun to rise just to get your solar batteries charging again? Now you can control your own sunlight.
Doorbell has a new lighting service. Yeah, watch this. Just bring it over to us here. Isn't that crazy?
No way! Introducing Reflect Orbital, an innovative company determined to end the wait for daylight. They're working on creating a constellation of satellites to deliver sunlight even in the dead of night. In these videos, you'll see nighttime scenes illuminated by a beam of sunlight directed from space, like a celestial spotlight. Their groundbreaking technology aims to provide solar farms with sunlight after dark. They've even tested this with a hot air balloon covered in reflective sheets, successfully channeling sunlight to the solar panels as the sun set. If successful, this could be revolutionary, solving many of our energy challenges. Reflect Orbital's bold statement, "Sunlight is the new oil, and space is ready," captures their vision perfectly. Imagine it. Sunbathing at 3 in the morning is just around the corner. Ever wondered if chaos can be oddly mesmerizing? This video from Arizona offers a stunning glimpse of just that. Captured in Arizona, the footage shows a palm tree struck by lightning, instantly igniting into a brilliant display of flames and sparks. The intense heat from the lightning sets the tree ablaze, and as the wind whips through, it creates a mesmerizing dance of embers and fire, spreading sparks in all directions. While the sight is undeniably dramatic, it's crucial to remember that such events are extremely dangerous. The fire can easily spread to nearby structures or other trees, especially in dry conditions. Palm trees, with their tall and slender form, are particularly vulnerable to lightning strikes. When hit, the intense heat can cause them to burn rapidly, resulting in these dramatic and fiery spectacles. Despite the beauty of the scene, the potential for destruction is very real. On a drizzly June morning, a goldfields miner working in Canada's Yukon Territory stumbled upon an incredible prehistoric surprise, an ancient beast frozen in time.
For trying to within people and their culture.
Just the weather when they found it. Mammoth is going to carry a lot of stories for a lot of different individuals. It came to us on Aboriginal Day.
Captured in these remarkable videos by researchers and featured in museum exhibits, the miner's discovery was a baby mammoth. This small, dark, shiny creature with stubby legs is a 30,000-year-old woolly mammoth calf, astonishingly well preserved by the icy embrace of the permafrost. The mammoth, later replicated for display, was named Luba, a Russian word meaning love. The original specimen was too fragile to exhibit, so the replica was showcased instead. This find is not just a significant archaeological breakthrough, but also a testament to the incredible preservation capabilities of permafrost. It's a thrilling reminder of the mysteries still buried beneath our feet. I mean, after uncovering something this amazing, who knows what could be next? Dinosaurs, perhaps. Some dolls are cute, but others are downright creepy. There's something about those lifeless eyes that can send chills down your spine. However, this one these fishermen found takes it to a whole new level of terrifying. This looks like it stepped straight out of a horror movie trailer. A group of fishermen captured this disturbing image while luring in a waterlogged doll. The doll's appearance is haunting, with its once pristine white dress now stained and discolored from years of exposure to the element. Its face is particularly eerie, with dirt and algae clinging to its features, giving it a grotesque, almost decayed look. The doll's eyes appear lifeless, staring blankly upward, adding to the unsettling atmosphere. The horror factor of this doll lies in its uncanny resemblance to a decaying child, its lifelike size, and the unsettling state of decay it's in. The fact that it was found in the water amplifies the creepiness, evoking thoughts of dark, forgotten secrets lurking beneath the surface. It's the kind of scene that feels like the beginning of a horror movie, where something that should be innocent, a child's toy, becomes a symbol of something much more sinister. We've all heard those chilling tales about pool accidents, hitting your head while diving, drowning, and the like. But this pool party mishap takes things to a whole new level of terror. In the footage you just watched, what was meant to be a fun pool party turned into a nightmare. Instead of splashing around and enjoying the water, everyone is desperately clinging to the pool walls, clearly trying to escape from something horrifying. The pool has developed a massive sinkhole and is voraciously pulling everything towards it. You can see how the sinkhole is so enormous that one guy almost gets sucked in, but is thankfully pulled to safety by others. The sinkhole devours not just the water, but every inflatable ring and floaty in its path. It's as if a black hole has opened up, swallowing everything in sight, and it's incredibly unsettling. If your friends are pushing you to join that pool party you're on the fence about, just show them this video. You might just convince them that skipping it is the better choice. As mysterious as the deep woods can be, with all those cryptids, our oceans take that mystery to an entirely different level. Just like in this video that captures a strange and unusual sea creature. This clip was recorded by a fisherman who spotted something truly bizarre in the water. In the video, you can see the fisherman zooming in on a distant figure, and as the camera focuses, we're greeted with a sight that's nothing short of otherworldly. The creature is seen hopping in and out of the water, its form both intriguing and unsettling. It has a long, stringy body with a solid, round head. Something that seems pretty strange and confusing. At first glance, it bears a resemblance to the mermaid-like figures we've seen floating around the internet, though it's hard to say for certain since it was pretty far from the camera. One intriguing theory I came across in the comments suggests it might be a bird struggling to carry a heavy fish, causing it to hop in and out of the water like that. But honestly, with something this strange, who can really say for sure? As a kid, pixies and fairies were like something straight out of a dream. Tiny, magical creatures fluttering around in the stories I loved. But, of course, I grew up and realized they were just made-up tales. This clip comes from Cornwall, UK, recorded in March 2015, and it's nothing short of bizarre. It shows a tiny skeleton discovered in a falcon's nest, and trust me, it looks oddly humanoid. The skeleton's upper body has familiar features: a human-like skull, a well-formed ribcage, a spine, and even what appear to be humanoid arms. But here's where it gets weird. The lower body is completely missing. The long spine just trails off, leaving you with more questions than answers. The skeleton is only about 3 inches long, and judging by its condition, it seems ancient. The guy who uploaded the video is convinced this little skeleton belongs to a Cornish pixie, a fairy-like creature you might remember from the Harry Potter movies. I mean, I used to be all about these fictional beings, but after seeing this, let's just say I'm not so sure I'd want to bump into one in real life. The news of a meteor sighting over Budapest, Hungary, set the internet buzzing, with countless videos flooding in. However, the one we're about to show you, it's something rare. Pretty breathtaking, right? This footage was captured in Budapest, where thousands of people had gathered, phones at the ready, to witness something extraordinary in the sky. And then, just like that, their patience was rewarded. It wasn't just a tiny speck either. This meteor looked like it was putting on a personal show for everyone watching below, heading down in a bright downward arc. You can almost feel the awe and excitement in the air as onkers watch this cosmic visitor streak overhead. But I've got to admit, something about this video makes me a little skeptical. The way the meteor moved seemed a bit odd. It didn't travel in the straight, predictable line you'd expect from a meteor. Instead, it appeared to shift its angle ever so slightly as it shot down. Could it have been fireworks? Some people seem to think so. But hey, we're all just guessing here. What do you think? A homeowner heard some unsettling noises coming from his kitchen in the dead of night. But when he went to investigate, what he saw nearly stopped his heart.
Ay, cabrón. No manches. ¿Qué era eso? No.
Did you catch that? In the video, we see the homeowner getting out of bed, the camera following his every move as he hears strange sounds coming from outside his bedroom. He puts on his shoes and cautiously makes his way to the door. When he opens it and pans the camera around the hallway, Everything seems quiet, until he spots a terrifying face peeking from behind the kitchen wall. What he sees sends a jolt of fear through him. The homeowner, visibly shaken, checks the corner but finds no one there. As he turns to head back to his bedroom, the door slams shut behind him, trapping him inside and leaving him in a state of terror. This scene could easily be lifted from a horror movie, and that face was absolutely chilling. Imagine strolling down the street, casually heading out for groceries, when suddenly, bam, you're hit by a flying sofa. Sounds like something out of a surreal dream, right? Well, watch yourself.
Buraya geliyor, geldi, yan binaya girdi.
This jaw-dropping video hails from Turkey, where a homeowner captured an astonishing sight of a sofa defying gravity. And we're not talking about a tiny armchair here. This is a full-sized 3-seater sofa, taking its very own flight. It glides effortlessly across the sky before crashing back down to Earth, leaving us all with one burning question. What just happened? Now, before you start wondering if Turkey has secretly developed flying furniture technology, let me set the record straight. This airborne couch was actually a casualty of one of the most powerful hurricanes Ankara has ever seen. The hurricane's intense winds were responsible for lifting the sofa into the air, but it's still mind-boggling how a piece of furniture can be so dramatically tossed about. So, while there's no secret to Turkey's flying sofas just yet, this bizarre event remains a captivating mystery. How did that sofa end up airborne in such an extraordinary manner? As breathtaking as Norway's natural landscapes are, it seems even aliens can't resist their allure. They've been spotted up close by this local drone. On May 3rd, a local drone enthusiast noticed an unusual light dancing in the sky and decided to film it. What they captured is nothing short of astounding. Lights darting across the heavens at incredible speed. These lights blink in a pattern that strongly resembles the kind of ship you'd see in a science fiction movie. But what sets this spacecraft apart is its jaw-dropping acceleration. It goes from 0 to several hundred miles per hour in mere seconds, something no conventional plane could achieve from a standstill. So, if you're thinking this might just be a high-speed aircraft, think again. Whether it's an advanced piece of technology from beyond our world, or just a mysterious phenomenon, this video leaves us with more questions than answers about what's really lurking in the skies above Norway. They say ghosts come in all shapes and sizes. But have you ever seen one like this? Check out this chilling footage. In this video, a woman is simply sitting in her bedroom, engrossed in her phone, while a nanny cam captures something truly bizarre. As she's absorbed in her screen, a strange, smoke-like form begins to materialize behind her. The camera barely catches it, but if you look closely, you can make out what seems to be a ghostly apparition. It's hard to say definitively what it is. Perhaps just smoke, though it's odd for any smoke to appear in a room without a clear source. The eerie shape has many viewers convinced it's a ghostly presence. Whether or not you believe in spirits, there's no denying this video adds a creepy twist to the idea of unseen presences in our everyday lives. If you got so far in the video, it means you're a dedicated viewer. Thank you. And if you subscribe and hit the bell button, I promise to keep posting these for you to enjoy. We've all heard about the legend of the Pied Piper of Hamelin, who led away all the rats from the town using nothing but the enchanting melody of his flute. That tale dates back to the 13th century, But what if I told you there's a modern-day version of the Pied Piper? This video was captured by a homeowner who, probably just messing around, decided to record his friend playing the flute on a trail. What happens next is nothing short of bizarre. As the notes float through the air, dozens of raccoons emerge from the nearby forest, seemingly mesmerized by the melody. They don't just wander by. No, they gather around like an audience at a concert, completely fixated on the sound. It's almost eerie, like a scene straight out of a modern fairy tale. Just as the Pied Piper once lured away the town's mice, this guy managed to summon a whole crowd of raccoons with his flute. Now, raccoons are known to be highly intelligent and curious creatures. They're naturally inclined to investigate unusual noises, and it's possible that the flute's melodic tones struck a chord with their curious nature. Maybe they even thought it was the sound of something tasty. Honestly, if I ever have a raccoon problem in my neighborhood, I might just give this guy a call. He seems to have the magic touch. Dog sledding is a great way to get around on snow. But when it comes to roads, we usually rely on vehicles. However, this man decided to create his own road-worthy dog sled, and it looks pretty darn amazing. This video captures a delightfully quirky scene of a man using a shopping cart as his unconventional mode of transportation, pulled by a pack of eager dogs, dressed in a bright orange safety vest and a white cap. He expertly balances on the back of the cart as the dogs enthusiastically haul him down what looks like a city street at night. It's both amusing and impressive. The dogs are clearly loving their task, and the man's ingenuity in turning a shopping cart into a makeshift sled is nothing short of creative genius. It's the kind of scene that not only brings a smile to your face, but also makes you marvel at the unexpected ways people can turn everyday objects into something fun, or perhaps even necessary. When it rains, part of me wants to run for cover to avoid getting soaked. But another part of me just wants to stand still and relish every drop as it falls on my face. It turns out ducks feel the same way. This isn't some kind of glitch. It's a real scene during a rain shower. The video captures a large flock of ducks gathered on a wet pavement, all looking up at the sky as the rain pours down. The ducks seem almost hypnotized by the rain, frozen in place as if caught in a trance. There are hundreds of them, but not one of them moves as the raindrops gently fall on their backs. It's a strangely mesmerizing sight, watching these creatures stand perfectly still in unison. But what's really happening here? Ducks standing still in the rain is actually a behavior linked to their natural instincts and comfort in wet environments. Ducks are naturally adapted to such conditions. Their waterproof feathers keep them dry and insulated, so they're unfazed by getting wet. Standing still and facing the rain might simply be their way of enjoying the sensation of water cascading over their bodies. You've probably heard the saying, biting off more than you can chew, but this video gives that phrase a whole new meaning. This clip comes from a fisherman who stumbled upon a catch that might just redefine the term overindulgence. In the video, we see the fisherman rinsing off his haul, and as he pressure washes one particularly hefty fish, he decides to insert the hose into its gaping mouth. What happens next is unbelievable. Suddenly, a flood of sea life bursts out. Crabs, shrimp, and every kind of fish you can imagine comes spewing out like the contents of a crowded fish market. It's as if the entire ocean was crammed into that one fish's mouth. I have no idea how that fish managed to gulp down all that seafood. But one thing's for sure, the fisherman definitely hit the jackpot with this catch. Going out in the wild in a car can be so fun until you encounter something that looked like it is straight out to some Jurassic Park movie. These men were out on an adventure when, at first, they saw several obstacles in the form of tree branches placed on the road to block the way, but the men did not pay much attention and kept moving on until one of them accidentally recorded a creature running in the wild pretty close to them and in the same direction they were headed. It looked like the creature was trying to catch up to their speed, and maybe then it planned to attack. The video stops there, but according to the men, they turned around and came back as soon as they could. Now, the area being completely remote, it is hard for a human to be there, and considering the appearance, it looked exactly like a Bigfoot. But was it real? Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. A group of men in Texas have dedicated their whole lives to the sole purpose of proving that Bigfoots are real. They venture into the woods, setting up cameras and collecting as much proof as they can. A couple of months ago, when they thought they had enough proof, they held a press conference and decided to tell the whole world that what we all think of as belonging to mythical stories is actually the truth. That Bigfoot is as real as us humans and other animals. They recorded a clip from a night vision camera, and it can be seen walking around in the woods. And this wasn't all. They even had a clip which they claimed to be of a sleeping Bigfoot right in the middle of the woods during daytime. According to them, Bigfoots are shy creatures, therefore we don't get to see them often. But that does not mean they are not real. Personally, with so much proof, there is a chance that these men might be right, but there is always a doubt, you know. What if those are all fake? Feeling overwhelmed by the daily grind and dreaming of a beach escape. Imagine if that beach came to you in a rather unexpected and, frankly, terrifying way. This video, dated August 16, 2024, from Utah, captures the sheer intensity and devastation of the Orem flood. What starts as a trickle of water leaking into a home office quickly escalates into a torrent. You can see the window struggling to hold back the force of the floodwater, but then, with a sudden surge, the flood breaks through and the room fills with water almost instantly. The impact of this flood was brutal, flooding the entire house and causing severe damage to electrical appliances and personal belongings. It's a stark reminder of how relentless and destructive nature can be. I can only hope everyone in the home was safe and managed to find refuge amid such chaos. Nature never ceases to amaze, and just when you think you've seen it all, it throws something so bizarre at us that it makes you question everything you thought you knew. Take this video, for instance. At first glance, you might think this creature is a new kind of Pokemon. But no, it's not from a fantasy world. It's a real-life oddity. This footage comes from a fisherman who stumbled upon a remarkably strange turtle in their net. In the video, we see a newborn turtle, tiny and delicate, being held by the cameraman. At first, it seems like a typical turtle, but then you notice its face. This little guy has just one eye right in the center of its head, making it look like something out of a science fiction movie. The single eye is a rare condition known as cyclopia. Usually, creatures with this condition don't survive long after birth, as their one massive eye often takes up space that would normally be used for brain development. It's incredible that this little turtle has made it this far. This clip was recorded by two friends who were coming back from their mission of collecting some wood logs and were recording themselves carrying all that weight. As the man opened the front camera, intending to record himself and the friend walking behind him, that's when we see a weird creature quickly walking right behind them. It crossed the path and disappeared into the trees, leaving the guy shocked, unable to believe what he had just witnessed. By the appearance, the creature did not look like it was a human. It had dark black skin and was walking very quickly and in a weird manner. According to the men, they had never seen anything like that in the area ever before. But to me, it just looks like a kid with costume on trying to play a prank on them. In an eerie forest, an unsettling video captured the elusive Bigfoot, almost running towards somewhere, as if trying to run away from the eyes of humans, or from some other danger unknown to us. Its form, almost humanoid yet unlike a human at the same time, had massive hands and feet that dwarfed any human. Mysterious and enigmatic, this creature defied easy classification, sending shivers down the spine. With swift, almost ghostly speed, it moved through the trees and the bushes, leaving an unsettling sense of awe and fear in its wake. The encounter left everyone on YouTube questioning the unknown and the chilling possibility of creatures that exist beyond our comprehension. Truth be told, even though many say that it could be a Bigfoot, for me, it could easily be a human which appears to be like this because of the camera being too far from him. When a man went for a hunting spree in the woods, in the middle of the night, he had no idea about what was coming next. Minutes walking into the darkness, he saw something creepy right in front of him. A pair of large glowing eyes were staring right at him from a distance. The man, though scared, continued to record what was happening. According to him, the area was remote and only goes downhill from the spot he was standing on. Therefore, whoever was there staring at him must be really huge to be that visible from that distance. After waiting for a minute, the man decided to shoot in that direction, which made the creature run out of fear.
What do we do? Oh.
And that's when we got a little glimpse of it. But even after zooming it, slowing it down, and stabilizing it, I cannot make out what the creature looked like. It was too dark, and the creature was too fast to be properly captured on the camera. So, I cannot exactly say what it was. Could be an animal or could be something else too.
For more strange and interesting footage, check this out.